we are going to be talking about when do you have to cut your losses and let winning trades run, including the following topics: the psychology of trading, of course. Why do we close winning trades too early? What a wonderful topic. Some examples how my past trades that you left open and I left open when I shouldn't have. Wonderful history and wonderful story. And how do you know when to close these trades and leave them open? And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay online until the end of this webinar, because when I'll be showing you why a stop loss is not a punishment and how you can let the market decide how much money you will get. My name is Markus Gabel, and I'm a professional trader and, of course, speaker, trading and life coach, and of sure, a trader in real. And I've been trading the global markets for over 20 years right now. In this webinar series, Trading Spotlight, I'm partnering with Admiral Markets, which is a Forex and CFD broker that offers trading on over 8,000 different financial instruments through one of the world's best trading platforms, MetaTrader 5. And finally, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like this video, share it with other traders, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And with these words, this was my introduction. I'm really happy that you be here, and I wish you a little bit late, but not too late. Happy New Year, and make all your dreams come true in this year 2020. So let's talk about our special topic in this afternoon is Marcus time. And we need to talk about this topic, why we leave our losses and how we can let our winning trades running as long as the market decide how much money we will get. And here we go. We have to talk about the psychology of trading. And maybe this is a question you asked by yourself a lot of time in the past. Why do we do what we do? Why is this our reaction on some kinds of trading? Why do we do what we do? There's a really easy answer, because it's the way as we are educated. We are human people. And here we go. Here is the answer. Our mindset once was created by our parents, later by our schoolmates and teachers. And I used to say, you don't have to educate your kiddies. They do what you show them. Our kids they make copy and paste. And maybe you realize it in your own education. How do you teach your kiddies? But most of the times we used to say, oh, you do the same like your dad. Oh, no, my girl is like me. So, and to be honest, you don't have to teach your kids. They do what you do. If you are a lovely man, if you are a strong, powerful, grateful, and a wonderful dad, your kiddies will do the same. But you are the average of the people you spend the most time with. So we have to take care that our kiddies have a good and healthy surrounding. But that's the point. Our kiddies and ourselves, we were educated later by our schoolmates and teachers. And if we send our kiddies to the school, we hope that they will have good teachers. They make good imprints on their mindset, and so we can send them later to a university. But this is the way how we are educated, and this is why we do what we do. And when we learned the job, our educators or bosses taught us how we should think. And maybe I guess you have a normal job. And if you don't have your own company, so you are an employee, so you have a manager or you have a boss. So, and if you are the newbie in your job, other people, including your manager, your boss, will show you what you have to do. Okay, you have your education, but you come to a new job and there's another guy, they have a lot of experience and they want to show you how you have to think about a special behavior. Whatever you do in your company, you have to do what your boss is going to say to you, and they show what you have to do. So, and in this way, you learn a new way to think about a new job, because your boss tell you and say you what you have to do and what you have to think. Maybe later in your job, you have a little bit more experience, you can think a little bit different, and you can fix some working styles and so on. But then a little bit later, if you fix something, if you get more education, it's always the same. It's a kind of automatic systems. You do what you do always, every day, the same, and you know your results before you start with your job. That's the normal way, and that's the completely way how we are educated. I hope you are on page with me, because this is how our mindset and our brain is working. In the past, in our childhood and our youth, other people tell us what we have to do and what we have to think. So, and that's the way how we are educated. Especially this really, really specific point. If you learn something, you get a good result, everything is fine. If you get a bad result, you have to go back, fix it, and do it again. As you do it and you repeat it as long as you get a good result. And in our normal life, in school, and in job, and in marriage, and something else, everything is going to be fine. That's the way how our mindset is working. That's the psychology of trading. All of our education guides us to the following wisdom. It's always the same. All new things or actions are always difficult at the beginning. Watch it, your kid is. The first steps they do. They're falling down, they get up. They're falling down, they get up. Always the same, but it's really difficult. And maybe you remember if you learned a foreign language, so like me, you know, I'm a German guy. English is not my, how should I say, mother language. We say that in Germany. So I have to learn it the last 3 years, and I'm far away from being perfect. But I do every day. I do a lot of efforts to train. But sometimes I think it's really difficult. It's difficult to have fluently speaking, to avoid to miss some words and to seeking for some words. So it's really difficult, and you know that. If you speak, for example, it's a foreign language, after a while, you speak it every day, you have calls, you have some speeches, you have to meetings in this foreign language, you're gonna be better and better. And a couple of years later, it's no more difficult. But at the beginning, and I feel it by myself at the moment, it's really difficult. So, and I'm really excited before I start every webinar in English, or before I start a video or something else. It's always an exciting feeling, because I'm thinking, the problem is I'm thinking in German, but I have to translate it in English. So, and this is why I do seconds. So you have to think in German, you have to translate it in English, and sometimes you have a German word in your mind, I have to translate it in English. And my intention is to speak in a way that you understand what I say. Because in German we say you have to read between the lines. In your mother language, you are growing up and you're educated. It's not a big point. It's not a big deal, because you are educated in that way, and people understand what you say about how you speak, about the impression, about the expression. If you speak loud, you speak angry. So you can read between the lines. But if you have, how should I say, if you speak in a foreign language, for example, for me, it's English, of course, at the beginning, I have really big problems that to express what I have in my mind and what I say. So, but this is a wisdom. We know that all new things are difficult at the beginning. But we know you can learn everything if you want. I don't know how many of you have English as their own educated or mother language. I can see in some names here, I don't know where you're coming from, but maybe English is as well not your mother language in that way. So, but you can see we can learn everything. It's just a question of training. And in this way, if you want to learn something new, and let's stay at the language, you used to follow the same strategy. You learn a new thing until you can manage it very well. The question is, how fast can you learn it? And here we go. Here we come to a really interesting and I think one of the most important things, how you can learn new things very fast and very strong and really, really good. It's the question of your real why. Did you ever think about that? The stronger your real why is, the better you will find a way for the how you can learn it. So, for example, my own example, my own experience about learning English. The why was I want to teach more people. So you know we have a really small community in Germany. They are traders. So for your information, in Germany, we have round about 60,000 trading accounts. 60,000. That's not really it's not really many accounts. If you compare it, for example, with USA, in USA we used to have 125 millions of trading accounts. So 125 millions trading accounts, compare it to 60,000 in Germany. So my real why was I want to teach more people with my mission that trading can be successful if you combine it with personal development, because you have to change your mind. There is a big chance to become successful in trading if you change your mindset. So that was my real why I started to learn English. And now I'm 2020, it's my 4th year that I'm going to be talking English. And you know, it's a little bit better, but I do a lot of effort to make it fluently that you can understand it. And, but I can never be as good as a human or as a native speaker in English, which was born in USA or in England or something else. So I don't know where you were born, and I would never say I can never speak so good in Russia or Bulgaria or something else like you, because you were educated in that way and you grew up in that way with this language. But basically, we use this following system and strategy. We learn a new thing until we can manage it very well. And how well you can do that new thing, it's depending from your real why. Therefore, I used to say to my clients and my students always, please tell me what's your real why in trading. Why do you want to make trades? Yes, of course, the fast answer, the quick answer is always, I want to make money. But come on, be honest, guys. Be honest. How much money did you make in the last time? Do you feel or do you know the feeling to lose money more than you earn? That's the point why we're talking today about the topic, how you cut your losses and how you can let the winner trades running. We need to talk about that because trading is a completely new thing, like learning a foreign language. But in a normal way, we used to follow this strategy. We learn a new thing until we can manage it very well. So now I'm in the 4th year of learning English and talking English. Would you expect, if you never heard some English words, would you expect that you can speak fluently English after 1 week, after 1 month, or after 1 year? Maybe 1 year, okay, it's good. But would you expect you can speak a foreign language fluently after 1 week or 1 month or 3 months? I guess you will sit at home and say, no, never. That's stupid if you would expect that. That's absolutely stupid. So you can learn it, but you need time for that. And that's the special point. Why do all people expect that it's different in trading, that you can open an account, put some deposit on it, and be successful next week? Maybe you be successful or you can be successful, but it's based on an accident. You don't know why. Therefore, we have to talk about this special topic. So if the result, and if you train something, if you learn a new thing, guys, and if the result was not what you expected, in a normal way, you can go back, find your mistake, fix it, and you will get your desired result. So here we go. We have a really easy comparison, yes, that's the right word, to a foreign language like me as an English. So maybe you heard or you can hear in my speech right now, okay, some grammars are not so good, or there are some words, the expression is not the right one. Then you can text it to me, or after the webinar or something from a listener will say, talking to me and say, Markus, you have to switch it. This word, the expression is differently, or the grammar is not the right one. So then I know that I know the mistake, I fix it the next time, and then I know, and next time I use the right word or I use the right grammar. So this is the way everything works in our life, right? And indeed, always. So if you want to train something, if you want to learn surfing, yes, your first steps are going to be on the beach, not in the water. So, but you can learn it, you can train it, and after a while, you did it often enough and you do it often enough, you are a very good surfer. So this is always the same. And in your job, you learn a new job, you get some experience, you're going to be a master and an expert. And after a while, maybe years, you are really, really good in your job. This is the way how our life is working always. And if you do it in that way, you feel comfortable as long as you do these new things in that way, because this is how you get into your comfort zone. And you know your comfort zone. Obviously, you go to the same store to buy your goods. Normally, you drive to the same gas station to take your fuel. Normally, you take the same bus. Normally, you talk to the same people. Normally, you do always the same. This is your so-called comfort zone. And now imagine you go to vacation, something else you never were there. How do you feel? Of course, you feel exciting. You feel unsure and unsafe if you wear something else and you never were there before. This is not your comfort zone. So for that, you have to extend your comfort zone. Here we go. Trading is completely out of your comfort zone. Why? Watch this first sentence again. If the result, if you learn something new things, if the result, maybe a foreign language, was not what you expected, you can go back, you can fix it, you can train it, and you will get your desired result. Yes or no? I guess, yes, it is. In most of the cases, of course, it is. And now here we go. We come to trading. And I guess, you know what I try to explain, you do always the same, but you have a different result. Every trade will bring you a different result. Every trade. Even you have always the same strategy, even you have always the same rules, you will get always a completely different result. And with this thought in our mind, we have to continue. This is the psychology about trading and why we talk about this cut of losses and let winning trades run. One of the most important lessons in your life or in our life is about making mistakes and punishment. And now go a little bit back in your childhood and in your youth and the behavior of yourself and in the how your parents teach you. If you make a mistake, you will get a punishment. This is a rule. This rule works till the end of your life, isn't it? Of course it is. Because in the past, your parents said to you or told you, don't do it, or came home at 12, or came home at midnight, or you have to be at home at 4 o'clock in the evening, in the afternoon, or 8. You know that. It's always the same. And if you come late, what happens? Most of the time, you get a punishment. Maybe you have to stay at home for rest of the week or the month, or they cut your money for yourself or something else. Or maybe, as the picture is showing us a little bit, you get a really bad punishment. Today, in our adult life, it's the same. So maybe you drive with your car and you cross the street by a red signal, and you have this this picture. You get a picture. You get a ticket. Why? You broke the rules. You get a punishment because you have to pay to the government. You know that. If you make a mistake, you will get a punishment. In your job, it's the same. If you make a mistake, you got a punishment. You have to do it again and again. And of course, we know the opposite is true as well. If you don't make a mistake, you don't get punished. If you stay at the street at the red light, the red signal, nothing happens. Everything is fine. If you stay at the red signals with your draw at the cross or at the streets, everything is fine. You never will get a ticket. If you cross it at the red signal, you get a ticket. So you know that because this is the way how we are educated. So also you know that you can fix almost every mistake. If you cross the street at the red signal, you got a ticket. You know, next time ahead you have to stay until I see the green signal. That's easy examples that you can follow my thoughts, what I want to explain to you. So this is the way how our mindset is working and how we are used to think. This is the way how the human brain and mindset works. And to be honest, you can count on it always. And today you teach the same to your own kiddies, isn't it? Yes, it is. You can count on it. and you are in your comfort zone. This is the point. You feel well, everything is working fine within your comfort zone. But now, why do we leave losing trades open too long? That's the question. We talked about how our mindset is working, how we were educated in that way. And this is an interesting topic. And maybe if you have some questions, please type it in the chat box. And if you watch this video on YouTube, watch it till the end and ask me whatever you want. We want to give you an answer as soon as possible. Most of us come to trading with exactly this mindset. We believe that if we do the right thing, we will get rewarded. It's only when we make mistakes, then we get punished. This is the way how we educated. This is the way we think. This is the way our life works really well. And this is the way how we feel comfortable. That's the so-called comfort zone. But the truth is that even we have a strategy which is really successful, sometimes we lose money even after sticking to our rules. Here we go, confusing. This can be very confusing for our minds. So I don't know when you start with your trading, but it's always the same. The bad thing is if you start, or the worst thing what can happen in trading is if you start with winners at the beginning. Your first trade is a winner, your second one is a winner, the third one, the fourth is a winner, and after the fourth winner, you realize, oh my God, I'm the king of trading. I can't understand why all the people lose money. I make profit. If you watch it exactly, or if you would watch it carefully, you would realize that even you got a winner, or even you made profit, every trade has another result. Sometimes you have 1% result, sometimes you have 0.5%, $20, $50, but you didn't realize it. You only see green, I'm a winner, I have winners. So everything is fine. But you didn't realize that. Happy New Year, Vincenzo, as well. Then you get your first loser. And you think, okay, one is not really important. Then you get the second one and the third one, and then the circle is disaster. The circle of disaster starts. If a good trade, and one you followed your rules, of course, runs into your stop loss and you lose money, what's the point? We are humans. We take that personally and as some kind of punishment. Why? That's the way you are educated. You got a bad result. You must be, there must be a mistake anywhere. So you go back and look at your trade. What did I do wrong? You watch your trade and see, I don't know. I've stuck to my rules. I did the same as my winners before, and now I lose money. And then you think, okay, I did something wrong. You take it personally and you feel it, you lose money, even it's real money. And you take it personally more and as some kind of punishment. When this happens, we must think, because we are educated that way, we did something wrong. And we go through our trades, we do this analyze what we can do better or different next time to avoid the next loss, because we cannot understand what happened. The first 4 or 5 trades were winners, and now we got a loss. But we didn't change our rules. You did the same than you did with your winners. You cannot understand what happened. That's really interesting. And of course, you go back, you know what you have to do because it works in your life. You want to fix the mistake. You have to look, where is your mistake? Because you lost money. And you don't want to have losses. So you do everything to avoid the next loss. And I think most of your listeners or viewers at YouTube later, you know this kind of feeling. So after you fix your mistake, maybe you didn't see the trend in the right way, or you had your entry too early or too close to the current price, something, maybe you made some mistakes and you fix it. Okay. Or you use another strategy. You make again your 1, 2, 3 winners, but after a while you will get the next loser. And what's the behavior? It's the behavior you used to do it in your life. You get a bad result, you go back, where is your mistake? And you start to fix it. You see, this is always the same. It's always the same behavior. This is an endless circle and very frustrating. Even you lose more money that you won. Do you know that kind of feeling that you make money with your trades? Maybe 4, 5 trades in a row, you make money or you made money, and then you got 2 losers and you lost everything with 1 or 2 losers. Do you know that kind of feeling? I made this experience often, very often in my past. And this is really frustrating. So what's the normal behavior? The behavior is how we were educated in the past. We are looking for a different strategy. If we didn't get the same result, if we don't get a good result, we think we made a mistake. We think something is wrong. We would never expect, or we would never count that it's a question of probabilities. So then you go to the next, maybe mentor, you're watching for the next community, you're watching for the next strategy, you're watching for the next broker, or you're looking for the next indicator, oscillator, but you know it's always the same. You stick to the rules, you make money, but after a while the losses come and you take it personally, and it's really frustrating. It's really, really damn frustrating because you cannot explain it. Why? It's a human way of thinking. You want to stay in your comfort zone, but trading brings you to the edge of your comfort zone. And what people really hate is changing. People hate changes. People love to stay in a comfort zone. That's the reason why people always go to the same store to buy their goods. Thank you. I only have 10 minutes. Why do we leave losing trades open too long? As a consequence, you try to avoid getting losses because every loss is like a punishment and that hurts. And the most punishment, you cannot explain it. And your mind is trained in that way that your mind will do everything to avoid any kind of pain. Otherwise, you would cross the street by a red signal. But your mind is trained in that way, and we train our kids, we educate our kids in the same way. Don't do it, otherwise you will get a punishment. Punishment hurts, and you do everything to avoid some kind of pain. What is the only way to avoid losses? Based on less experience in trading? Yes, take it far away. Leave the losing trade open and hope. isn't it? Do you know this experience? Yes, of course. We always working with our damn stop loss. And we see the price is coming close to the stop loss, we take it away, and then we are watching the daily chart, to the weekly chart, to the monthly chart, to the yearly chart. In the meantime, mainly we don't get a stop loss again. And sometimes we start the trade in 5-minute chart and we take the stop loss and take it to the daily chart, isn't it? Yes, we do it in that way because we hate stop loss. We hate to lose money. We hate this kind of punishment. But hoping trading, guys, will never lead you to success. Never. The market has more money and time than you. Always, always, believe me. And even your trade is a winner, you cannot always duplicate such behavior. And why? Trading, guys, is based on probabilities, no more, no less. And this is so hard to understand for our minds. This is the bigger challenge in trading, the biggest challenge in trading, not a strategy. There exist a lot of well-working strategies outside there, but the biggest challenge is you don't know how to explain. And as I said, if you make 5 winners, you have 5 different results, 5 different results, and you don't know why. There's one reason, only one answer to that why. It's probabilities. You don't have any safety securities in trading. Now the opposite direction. Why do we close winning trades too early? After a while, you realize to make money in trading is not so easy. And of course, not so easy as the marketing will have you believe. You know, open an account, put some deposit in it, followers, and you're getting rich. That's the marketing. Of course, I hate it. And I'm going to change this year, 2020, because I want to change this industry, because I know trading success is based on personal development. And I gonna to be changed this year. And I want to start a new strategy. If I support you and if I show you how you can change your mind to become successful in trading, this is my job in the year 2020. You leave losing trades open too long and you lose money, more than your strategy allows. If you finally have a winner, then you close your trade too early. Why? You hate to lose money. You don't want to lose money again. You want to feel good. Therefore, you close your winner too early. At the first candle against you, you close the trade because you don't want to lose more money, because you had so many losses in the past. Now you want to feel good finally to make a winner. If you trade in that way, I have to tell you, unfortunately, you will never become successful. It doesn't work in that way. A short story, my worst trade in the past. Now I'm trade for more than 20 years right now. One of my worst trade, I lost more than 25% of my full account in one trade. Because a couple of years ago, I left losing because I let the trade open too long. And I had so many losses that time. I guess it's around 12 years ago right now. How long is best to leave the trade running? It's depending from your strategy. Therefore, you need a coach who will train you in that way. I must be honest, you will spend a lot of time to train it. The best is to take a coach. Therefore, you have to come to our Trading Spotlight community, stay at the end, and you will see how you can do it. So back then, I relied on the RSI indicator because I read about how this indicator works online. So in the end, I lost more than 25% of my account because I set my stop loss further and further away. Because I read in the book or online, if you are in an oversold situation, you have to buy. and I did it. But I never reached my entry. The price went up, I went down and down and down and down. And I always was waiting that the RSI is coming up and coming up. I didn't do it. But I had so many losses in the past, I didn't want another loss. So I set my stop far away and far away and far away. And at the end, I got a call from the broker, you have to close the position. More than 25%. It was completely against my strategy. And how do you set your stop? It's a question of your strategy. So my only feeling was hope. But at the end, I got disappointed because I lost more than 25. So here you can see an example decision. When to close the trade is made before you start your trade, guys. Before you start, you have to know how you can trail your stop. You should have a plan for this trade based on your profitable strategy, not based on hope or your own opinion to the market. That's not successful. That will never lead you to success if you have an opinion or hope. The money you are willing to risk with your stop loss must be within your comfort zone, not outside of it. It should be appropriate for your trading strategy as well. There should be a clear risk-reward ratio where you know exactly how much are you willing to risk for how much profit. And that are questions you have to answer and to have to make clear before you start. If you do it so, you are not in danger of closing the trade early. You can also trail your stop loss based on your strategy. And at the end, it's the human factor and a lot of experience. Change your mindset, guys. Again, the decision how to manage a trade is made before you start your trade. And therefore, you have to be in your comfort zone while your risk of money. You should have a plan for this trade. Again, not based on hope or opinion. You always have two options. Place your target at a special point, or let the market decide how much money you will make by trailing your stop loss into the profit zone. Trail your stop or fix your target. That's the two options. But make this decision before you start your trade. It's not good if you have to think about it while the trade is running, while the trade is working. And if you see that your trade is working and it's running into your profit zone, do not intervene. Let the market decide how much money you will get. You can do nothing to get more money or less money. It's a question of the market. And of course, again, at the end, it's a human factor and loss and a lot of experience. Here we go. Let's make a short conclusion. Trading, guys, is not comparable with your behavior in everyday life. It is not. Trading is completely out of your comfort zone. If your trade hits your stop loss, believe me, don't take it personally. It's not a punishment. It's just a part of the game of trading. The reason why you leave your losers open too long is fear. Always fear. And if you want to handle it, my personal advice, take a coach and you will get successful very, very fast. The decision when to close your trade or let it run should be made before you start the trade. That's really, really important. Please have a plan before you start your trade. Learn to let the market make the decision how much money you will get. This was my topic, guys, and it was a great pleasure that you were here. And now, Admiral Markets and Paul, Jens, and me, we decided we won't let you alone. Get support after the webinar when you most need it. Come to Traders Yard. We have a trading spotlight community where we share our experience with you. We are the coaches. We can teach you. We can support you in mental things and in strategy, of course. Visit tradersyard.com and then join the group Trading Spotlight. It's priceless, of course. Only the one requirement, you need a real account at Admiral Markets. Next point, on Friday, Jens, my wonderful congenius partner, the next topic on Friday to creating a trading plan for 2020, including why are you trading, what are your personal strengths and weaknesses, and what are your trading goals for 2020 and beyond. Friday, same time, same place. Thank you, guys. I'm really grateful that you spent your lifetime with me. Oh my God, I'm almost pinpoint punctually today. Say thank you for your lifetime. I'm really grateful that you spent your lifetime with me. I hope you learned a little bit. And now if you have any questions, come to Traders Yard. I'm there. Let me know what's your trade, what's your driving, what is in your mind. We can talk about everything. Thanks for joining this webinar, and I wish you a great rest of the day, great of the rest of the time, and be careful about your thoughts because they're the beginning of your actions. See you. Bye-bye.